Hi everyone, this is Mitchelle Dmello and we are on day 24. Before I begin day 24, I would like to give gratitude to all of you for the beautiful feedback that we are getting about how gratitude and this series is helping you all in reducing the anxiety, your emotional disturbances, reducing the number of fights that happen at home. We are so glad when we hear such things, and that motivates us to do even better each day. So like every day, both Natasha and I really think of what can we do today that can bring more joy into your life, that can fill your life with gratitude. So today, I thought of sharing with you the concept of loneliness and how it can kill you and how you can overcome that and fill your life with gratitude and joy and happiness. So what is exactly loneliness? Can you imagine yourself sitting in a room full of people yet feeling completely lonely? I'm sure each of us have had this experience at some point in our life where we have felt lonely. But if these feelings harbor deeply for the longest time, that means if they continue to stay in your space for more than maybe half an hour or a day or two, then it's time, it's an alarm bell your body and your mind is giving you. Because loneliness is one of the leading causes for depression. And depression, as we know, has been declared by the WHO as a world epidemic. It is even more scarier than stress. So how do we identify the difference between being alone, loneliness, and fear of being alone? Now, being alone is a choice. That doesn't mean you're lonely. Many people take it wrong. That, okay, this person is living alone, that means he's sad. No. I have known of my grandfather who was all of 90 and he loved to live by himself. He was the king of his castle. And every time both Natasha and I went to visit him, he would be so full of excitement and joy to share with us whatever he has done. So that is not loneliness. He enjoyed his own company. And of course, he loved to be with people as well. So that is very different. That's a choice to be alone. Now, there are a lot of people who've come for counseling and have told me that they have this pattern or this fear of being alone. Now, that can happen to anybody. And it's a very, very common fear that most of us have, a fear of being alone. Now, this fear could keep us into disturbed relationships, unhealthy relationships, distorted lives, and completely, disturb our emotions. Just for the fact that we want to stay around with certain people. And this happens very strongly in teenage because there is a feeling of belonging to the peers and copying what the peers do. So a lot of addictions and bad behaviors happen during this time simply because of the fear of not being left out. That can also be worked upon. But loneliness is very, very different. It's a feeling of separation. It's a feeling of being disconnected in spite of having people who are there for you, who are there to help you, who are there to love you. Now, there are many reasons why you could experience this. One of the reasons could be that as a child you have experienced some kind of trauma, some kind of pain. You have been a witness to maybe arguments between your parents and fights which you didn't like. You could be a witness to some kind of uneasiness that happened in your surroundings. Maybe it's not directly connected to you. You could be a victim of abuse, physical or emotional or verbal for that matter. And everything of this could have made you to feel lonely, completely lonely and disconnected from people around you. But trust me, research says that loneliness can kill you. It can reduce your lifespan, maybe by 10 to 20 years. It can also go ahead and cause illnesses in your body, physical illnesses like heart issues and also Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is like a sickness of, like it's a mental sickness, as in, you start forgetting things, you start forgetting memories, you start forgetting people around you. It can go that deep. Because if you continue to harbor these feelings within you, it can become dangerous. Now we know that we are in a pandemic where we have to maintain social distance. But we all love to be with people around. It's our family, it's our friends. Those are the regular rituals that we do, which we love to meet once in a while, maybe once a Sunday or once in 15 days. Connect as a family. And those things are actually the things that keep us together, that keep us happier. So there are two things in loneliness. One is to look within you, to see if there is any past trauma that you are facing, which is causing this loneliness for you. And the other one is external, where you're feeling disconnected because of some anger or anguish that happened in your personal life with the people around you. Or you felt like a victim. You were a victim of some situation, a very, very unfortunate situation. But let me tell you, even that feeling can help you change it. So at that point when you are sensing it, you have to make the choice to make the change. And what can you do to make that choice? Understand one thing. Have people around you who value you, who listen to you, and of course it's a mutual thing, so you listen to them, they listen to you, they value you, you value them, and you are all connected. So an anchor for connection is extremely important. Currently we are in the festival of Ganesh Chaturthi. I'm sure today we are completing 5 days. Earlier, 1 year back, people would visit families and come together to celebrate this beautiful occasion. But unfortunately, this time we have to maintain social distance. And it is very disturbing for a lot of people who are so used to having people around them. I understand that completely. This is also a change, as Natasha explained to you all yesterday. And we have to learn to adapt. But at the same time, we can always stay connected to the people. We know that there is a culture that we have which is so rich of social gatherings and having occasions to celebrate. We are at the brink actually of celebration. Starting from August, it goes up to December and even ahead. But we really don't know how we are going to do it this year. Nevertheless, stay connected. Don't make that a reason for you to feel lonely. So if you are feeling these kind of feelings, your task for today on day 24 is that you're going to write down all these feelings. The feeling, maybe it could be a past feeling. Most of us unfortunately bring the past into our present, all the past traumas, because they are not yet healed. So write them down today. Make a list of all those past traumas that you have experienced. Write it down. It could be one by one, because maybe it's too much for you to take. So take one trauma at a time. Write that down completely. Be with it. If you want to, as I said, connect to that feeling. If you are feeling angry about it, just say that I'm upset. It disturbed me. I felt cheated. I felt like a failure. I felt like I was completely devastated. Say that once and for all and finish it. Then you can tear that paper completely and throw it. Now, once you do this ritual, because rituals are very, very effective and we all do it, whether it is when we pray to God or even different things that we do around us, we follow a ritual, which means that intention and repetitive practice. So when you do this ritual of writing down all your negative thoughts, it could be about somebody you care for. You can even write that down, because why do you want to keep it in your system? That can do more damage to you. Write all of it down. Once you've written it down, went out everything, all the feelings, all the uneasiness that you're feeling, you can do it when you are completely alone in a room closed. You don't need to have anybody around you. It's your private thing. Do it. And once you have vented it out, at this moment, you are going to tell yourself that this is over. And now I'm ready to receive the blessings in my life. And at that moment, think of all those beautiful things that you have experienced in your life, that you are blessed. You're blessed to have a family who's always having your back. You're blessed to have lovely children. You're blessed to have so many people, your neighbors, it could be your people you work with, who are always there for you. Start looking at the good side and stay anchored and connected with people around you, as I said, who love you, who value you, and who care for you. Stay connected. Make it a point maybe once in 15 days to stay connected. If we can't meet, we all know we can't meet now, but you can have a common call together. We had a prayer meeting for my grandfather who passed away and connected to all of us around the world. We were so happy that one moment. It was just a 1-hour session, but that was such a joyful thing. So family connections play a very important role. And we all know that it also increases our lifespan and happiness. And happiness research also talks about cultures that come together either to pray or while they have dinner together or something that they do together keeps them healthy and supported and loved and cared for. So loneliness is a lie, if I have to tell you very clearly. And ask yourself to release that from your space. The sooner, the better. The more you harbor those feelings, the more it's going to grow within you. So at this point, you have a choice to release all of it. As I told you, write it down on a piece of paper. All those feelings, vent it out completely, tear it, throw it, and then be in gratitude. Now, I have told you about gratitude, about beautiful things around you. You could also be in gratitude for the people who have been there for you. So simple act of appreciation for people around you. It could be your spouse, it could be your child, it could be your pet. Because there's so much we learn from everybody around us. Everything and everyone teaches us something. So let's start looking at the good side of life. Hope you will all do these practices like you have been doing, and we are going to complete this entire challenge maybe in another 4 days, because we are on day 24 today and we have 4 more days to go. So here's wishing all of you a beautiful day full of love and gratitude. And here's Mitchelle Dmello signing off from YOUniverse. Thank you.